If you're someone who has been doom scrolling, then it is very unlikely that you're going to make it to the end of this video. The brutal truth is that you have actually fried your brain, completely rewired it, and any video that is longer than 1 minute is just too boring to you. Any video that's not filled with dopamine releasing high amounts of edit is too boring to you. You know it. Because all those years of scrolling has morphed your brain into a dopamine seeking machine at this point. You see, your brain has this amazing ability to rewire itself based on the stimulus that it is receiving from the outside world. Let's say you were playing chess for 100 days in a row. You would gradually get better at chess. That's because your brain has now rewired itself. It has become more efficient at chess. And this is absolutely amazing, right? Neuroplasticity allows us to learn new things, get better at things. But what if you were teaching your brain something that is not good for it? Like, what if you were teaching your brain to switch its attention every 30 seconds? Because that is exactly what you're doing when you're browsing short form content. Just scrolling through and switching attention from post to post to post. By doing so, you have literally shortened your attention span. Like, no wonder you constantly have brain fog. No wonder you have ADHD like symptoms. No wonder you can't concentrate on anything that is more than 30 seconds long. No wonder you have to skip scenes in a movie because you just find it too boring. Well, you find everything too boring, including this video probably. Like, you ever had that feeling where you're just trying to read a sentence over and over again and you still do not know what does it mean? Yes, that is probably due to your shortened attention span obtained from scrolling. And the damage is not just limited to a shortened attention span. Each time you see a post or a 30-second long video, you are literally watching the highlight of someone's life. It's the best moment of his day, it's the best moment of his week, or it's the best moment of his damn life. And that post is usually pretty exciting, right? That's how social media was designed to be, as exciting and as attention conquering as possible. So you literally release dopamine each time you see a post. And if you have been browsing for hours and hours, you have been keeping your dopamine levels at a really high level for a really long time. And suddenly once you stop, you notice this dip in your mood. You actually begin to feel worse than what you felt before actually starting this scrolling session. And all of a sudden, all the other activities pale in comparison. They're just not fun anymore. Like, you don't feel like reading a book after scrolling through social media for 2 hours. Like, who wants to read a black and white book when you can watch the highlight of someone's life? So now you end up in this vicious cycle. You literally are too bored to do anything else, so you will go back to scrolling. And the more you scroll, the more you get bored of everything else. And all this elevated dopamine has really messed up your mind. If you're stuck in this vicious cycle, then I have 3 tips for you that are going to allow you to break away and reclaim your life. So watch carefully, do not skip, do not move forward, control the urge, take it as a challenge to sit through this video. The very first thing that you need to do is delete all these applications. TikTok, Instagram, Snapchat, all these applications which provide you short form content, or you find yourself constantly scrolling, delete them, get rid of them, no negotiations. You need to quit them cold turkey. And I know right now you're having that fear of missing out. Like, what if someone tries to contact you? What about all the glorious moments that you're gonna miss? They're all just lies. All of them are just lies. It is your brain just justifying your coping mechanisms, clinging on to its sources of dopamine. It's like taking crack away from a crackhead. He's gonna fight tooth and nail to get it back. And that is you defending these applications. Like, anyone who genuinely wants to communicate with you and genuinely cares for you, or genuinely wants to reach out to you to tell you something important, that person is gonna text you or give you a call or reach you out on some other platform eventually. And if this fear of missing out is really bothering you to that degree that you can't just get rid of all these applications, then do this. For 10 minutes a day, install these applications back, check out all your notifications, make all the posts that you want, and then uninstall them again. Do this for 10 minutes a day. That is it. This way you're not a slave to the notifications, right? Your attention is not constantly being hooked by who's texting you, who's liking your post, and what you're scrolling. You are actually doing this consciously. You are actually consciously checking your stuff 10 minutes a day. And to be honest, for the first week or so, you're gonna feel like you're missing something. And this brings me to my second point. When I finally quit social media, I realized that there was a big void in my life. Like, I had a bunch of free time and nothing to do. So all I was doing was filling that void with doom scrolling and other forms of instant gratification. So you need to sit down and actually list down activities that you always really wanted to do. It could be like going to the gym, reading, learning martial arts, or learning how to code. Remember this, an idle mind is the devil's playground. If you constantly fill your life with fun and meaningful things, then you're never going to have to depend on doom scrolling and other forms of instant gratification. There is a body of research about this. If you tick something off your to-do list, your brain actually actually releases dopamine, and this is like in healthy amounts. This is actually very necessary to have a fulfilling life. So get yourself a damn to-do list, get yourself a list of activities that you should be doing. Like these days I live my life by a routine. I have the list of all the things that needed to be done and at what times do they need to be done. So at each moment of the day I know that I am supposed to be doing something. So this leads to no temptation at all. Now I know some of you guys are really repulsed by a routine. You think it's a prison cell and you can't have fun. No, that's not what a routine means. You can actually include fun activities in your routine. However, make sure that those fun activities are no longer something like doom scrolling or watching short form content. Even your fun activities need to be something more quality, like actually watching long form entertainment, podcasts, movies. That would be a far better way to have some downtime. Always invest in long form content as opposed to short form content. Additionally, make sure that the videos that you're watching, they are not filled with dopamine inducing hype edits, because that too is really unhealthy for your brain. Congratulations if you have made it to the end of this video. You have a better attention span than most, but that doesn't really say much because, well, most people have a horrendous attention span. If you want to receive more informative content as opposed to just dumb entertainment, then make sure that you subscribe to my channel. Also because it helps me as a creator to get my message across. So that's it, folks. Goodbye.